What's up and welcome to or back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be getting into this viral summer style. I partnered with QVR hair to show you all how I achieved it. And y'all know we're not about to delay, so let's get directly into it. I started on night one by sectioning off the front of my hair and parting according to how I wanted my braids. I was doing the diagonal look with one set or one side of the braids going in one direction and the other half going in the other direction. Now, y'all know if you've been around on this channel for a while that normally when it comes to doing small cornrows on myself, I will go sit in somebody else's chair quick. But I wanted to challenge myself to do these on myself, especially since I didn't have nails on. I was on an acrylics break, so it came at the perfect time. So I went ahead and did them on myself. Now, again, this is not my forte and it never has been, even when I was braiding behind the chair. So there's no stitches in these braids, but it got the look done. And this is also to show you that you can achieve this look at home so long as you know how to cornrow. They don't have to be perfect as long as you have clean parts and uniform braids. If you don't have stitches, it's all good. So we braided along and this took less time than I thought. I want to say the front of my hair took me about an hour to complete and I didn't think that was too bad. So here's one half and then we're going to move on to the other side. And the good thing about doing it in this way that I'm doing it, there are no rubber bands. I feel like rubber bands provide bulk when it comes to this look. Y'all see the wrists were on fire by this point. But I found through my research on TikTok, of course, that the rubber bands contributed to a bulky look between the hair in the back and the braids in the front. So I opted out of the rubber bands and just fed these small braids directly into my braid down braids, and you'll see how I did that in just a second. But I'm just continuing in the same pattern, the same direction. I originally wanted to have all the swoop-de-doops on my braid, but we gotta start small, and I was proud of the little bit of braiding that did get done here. And also, if you're not able to braid, flat twist would be really cute in the front as well. You could also do a rubber band style, or you could go to the Africans or your homegirl or your grandmother and get the front braided and then add the hair I'm about to show y'all into the back. Whatever floats your boat, whatever floats your finances, then you do that. And then once we get done with the front braids, I'm just gonna go directly into some larger braids in the back. And I took 2 to 3 of the smaller braids and just fed them into the braids in the back for my braid down. I interconnected each of those braids, and then once I got to my very last braid, I just put it all up together. Normally, y'all know I do needle and thread and sew it together, but because we were doing a crochet style, the crochet needle was already out. I just went ahead and tucked the end with a crochet needle and it got the job done. So here's the complete braid down, and now moving on to the next day in the hair. This is the Kinky Curly Machine Made Feather Crochet Hair by QVR, and it's colors 1B, 30, and 613. And as y'all can see, it has that string connecting the two pieces. So just like I told y'all, I'm just going through with that last piece and hiding the tail end of my braid so that it's not poking out. And then we're going to go directly in with our first piece of crochet hair. Now, as far as how I installed my crochet hair, I'm just taking my needle through. I'm hooking that piece of hair on, opening up that loop and feeding it through once, twisting and feeding it back through and securing it. There's no extra knotting, nothing too crazy, especially if I know a lot of women who invest in this hair because it definitely is an investment. You want to plan to reuse it. So to make it easier to take it out, you don't want to do a bunch of knotting. You want to make this process as simple as possible, both to install and to take out if your plan is to reinstall this hair and save it for later. So again, I don't do any shoelace knotting. I just take it through, open it up, and double knot and tighten it all together. So I'm just going to continue that process going through. And each time you see more of my hair done, that is a break between a different pack. Altogether, I did end up going into 4 packs of hair. I did not expect that, being that I didn't do a full head of hair. But I also did not want this look to be skimp. I wanted to make sure that it was very full and there were no gaps in my look. So I'm going to let the music rock for a little bit. And these next few pieces are pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going through and continuing to make coverage on all of my braids. And then once I get to the front of the braids, you'll see that I crochet up a little bit on the single braids so that I can get rid of where you see me go from the smaller skinny braids into the big braids. As we make our way to the finish line of this style, I do want to note that the back installation took me about an hour and a half, a little longer than I expected. I thought it would take about an hour, but these pieces are time consuming to put in, especially when you want to make sure that the hair is full. So I can say altogether on this style, I took about 2.5 hours between the front and the back. Not too bad, especially considering the time investment that Black women can spend on their hair, but just to give you an estimate of what it took me. One thing I also love about being able to crochet the human hair in is that you decide how far up your braids go. If you decide that you want less braids showing, you can crochet further up. If you want more, then you can crochet them as far back as possible. Now I'm just slicking my edges, bringing everything together, and while I let the edges marinate, I'm gonna go in with my spray bottle just to loosen up the curls, because y'all already know they come crunchy, they come a little stale, and we gotta loosen them up to see what this hair can do. Also to note, this hair is chemically processed because it is colored, so that does affect the final curl pattern, but it wasn't anything too crazy. You still get your small, your kinky, and your curly all in one. After my water, I did go in with some leave-in conditioner as well as some curl cream, because again, I wanted to get rid of the crunchy factory made look and really see what the true definition of these curls were giving. After cutting the loose pieces at the end, this was the damp look, and later on in the video I'm going to show you how it looked dry, but for now, again, this is the final look and how it came out. If you're looking for a pop of color in your crochet, then this is a good option. The ends definitely are bright and give you that summer vibe. Very vacation friendly, water friendly, all the things, and this was how it looked later in the day once it finished drying. Very full, but nothing too crazy and huge. Now I'm gonna just show y'all a few styles that I did with this hair. I really enjoyed the claw clip look once I got it sitting as high as I wanted it right here. Boom, bam. And that is all for this video. If you want all the information on this hair, it'll be linked in the description box, and I'll see y'all in the next hair video. Later.